All right, yes, let's get on with it. It's time for Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. And right here on Mainland Focus, usually you just pick one or two focal points and we look at things, we flesh things out, have a conversation around the topic for the day. Open up the phone line. You can send text messages, WhatsApp messages. However, on Thursday, we decide to, run a little bit free. Just open up the phone line for you to choose whichever focal point you want to have a conversation on. What's that thing that piqued your interest in the course of trends in the papers, and you would like people to join in on the conversation, or you would like to seek other people's thoughts on. All right, and we had quite a lot of stories today. The major one, of course, being the fact that the Senate will be looking into this new CBN policy as regards withdrawal limits. My name still remains Omobola Sandra, and I still have Fuad Sahid joining in via the phone line. Before we move on to Fuad's focal point for this morning, I just want to quickly read one or two stories from Vanguard. We weren't able to finish before we went on the break. All right, so what we have here is ESC conducts we've talked about that. Ohaneze tackles Simon Ekpa over illegal declaration of sit at home. That is on page 11 of Vanguard. We also have Muslim ticket will change Nigeria's political narrative in 2023, says Remi Tinubu, wife of the presidential candidate of the APC. 3 billion naira, and that's from CBN, and that's on page 19. Okay, so our focal point for this morning, we had quite a lot of conversations, majorly the withdrawal limits and the Senate looking into it by Tuesday, and also the federal government saying that the governors should account for ecological funds that have been paid to them since 2015 up till date, which amounts to over 200 billion naira cumulatively. Okay. And then you also had the conversation on the ban and whatnot, but and also the petrol scarcity issues. So, but the two, aside from the two major ones, which other story piqued your interest? What story piqued your interest this morning?
Well, I think for me it has to be the petrol scarcity and the fact that this is the time for us to really set the agenda so that we don't get into 2023, elect a new president or new set of leaders, and the same story continues. We need to fix it once and for all, get the narrative right, get the agenda right, and know where exactly we are going with the petroleum sector. I think yesterday on Ballot 23, we did a review. One of the presidential candidates, Ashwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was quite clear in his Chatham interview and the BBC interview that, look, the oil sector needs to be reformed, and that we talked about the idea of removal of subsidy. And I said that, look, this is the time to ask ourselves this question. If you remove subsidy now, what becomes of ordinary Nigerians? Are we ready to buy fuel at 500 naira per litre? What happens to our refineries? If we can't fix our refineries, because I can assure you all of the timelines that we've gotten about the refineries working, I'm sure it's just a complete joke. And the idea of relying on Dangote refinery for me does not make any sense. So the question should be, is it time for us to now compel the government and NNPC, or the government particularly, to open up importation to all Nigerians so that we can flood the market and have this product everywhere? So the idea of monopolizing importation is not working for us. We keep having this intermittent scarcity, which does not make any sense. And up till now, we are not getting enough information as to why there is this scarcity. And so one may say that there seems to be a deliberate disruption in the supply of this product. Look, Sandra, if just for 1 week there's a disruption in supply and people are buying at 250 naira per litre, how much has been made illegally from Nigeria? Those are some of the questions we need to ask who somehow have been able to bridge the gap in the area of unemployment, and then of course the unbanked population in Nigeria. And so it's good that they're talking about giving them waivers to have more access to more cash to do their business. So the two stories for me, caught my fancy, and I think my opinion on that is what I've just said.
Just a quick one on the fuel issue that you raised. I just want the queues would actually disappear soon as marketers have commenced massive loading of petrol. So what we have is that there have been some disbursements to about 5 or so depots. All right, we have NIPCO, Total, ITEL, 11 PLC, Cornell, OVH, HOGL depots in Apapa. So the fact what we have now is the fact that the NMDPRA boss said all depots in Apapa, they have products and they are loading massively to Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt and Co. So they said 3 vessels were also discharging petrol at Apapa jetty to depots. Okay, and the NIPCO director is saying that they have about 28 million liters in stock, so they'll start loading to NIPCO stations. 11 PLC is also saying they have 100 trucks of petrol ready. ITEL said they have 126 trucks, so there's some sort of disbursement ongoing.
At the major market, at the filling station of the major market, I think the queues have gotten better. It's not as long as we had it in the last few days. I think it's getting better. It's not as long. The queues are clearing up gradually. So maybe that's why that has happened. More people are now access to the product. But why do we keep having this scarcity? It keeps coming up. We can't continue like that. Okay, we have it in December, now January we start again. Oh, okay, February. Why do we have it? We should have a situation where there is no scarcity. Why must we have scarcity every now and then?
All right. Okay then, so let's open up the phone line now. So we have a lot of conversations, a lot of topics that you can, get speak your interest, that piques your interest. Across all the 4 papers that we treated this morning on trends in the papers, the major story is as regards the cash withdrawal policy and the fact that the senators, and some experts are looking into that particular policy. And also the Punch, the front page of the Punch has the story of how POS operators can actually get a waiver. They'll just pay some processing fee and increase the limits that they can withdraw. That is POS operators over the counter. That may, or if that will resolve the issue for them or not, well, that's left for conversation. We also have the story coming from the fact that INEC is still reiterating their commitment to the deployment of beavers and trying to allay fears that anyone concerned citizens may have as regards the implementation of beavers, especially as regarding network issues in some rural areas. We also have the conversation of all marketers are faulting NNPCL 34 days sufficiency claim. They are saying that yes, NNPCL has fuel, but where is it? That is the question that we're asking. Still riding on that story from the Nation newspaper, we also have the fact that the petrol scarcity may end soon, as there have been disbursement of fuel to some major oil depots. Some major depots are already getting their own share of the fuel, and yes, they may actually start selling, but the question also is at what price. All right, and that is moving away from that. You also have the N-Power fraud. ICPC detains Dibanj over N-Power fraud allegations. We also have here Lagos Ibadan Expressway. The gridlock has worsened despite there being a suspension on the road work, on the construction going on at the Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Moving on from that, also trending across the papers is Lagos cuts tuition fee for 2 schools by 65%. Another major story is the fact that the Ministry of Environment is questioning the governors of the states that they should account for the ecological fund that was disbursed to them in the course of 7 years between 2015 and 2022. What have they been using it for, especially in recent times that we've had flooding situations in a lot of states across the country. Another major story that we had across all of the papers this morning is the fact that Facebook has prepared for Nigeria's elections as they tighten news on misinformation. There's a whole lot of stories across all the papers. Now is the time for you to join in. Speak whichever topic piques your interest. Let's have a conversation around it. All right, you have just 2 minutes. Please, let's keep it clean. The number to call is 091 36 000 410 091 36 000 410. That's the number for you to call, or you can send a text message or a WhatsApp message and we'll take them, concurrently alongside as the show goes on. So let's see who our first caller is this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sandra and Fuad.
Good morning.
I hope you are doing very fine today.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes, this is Barrister Peter Oku from Maryland.
Okay.
Yes, actually, on the issue of focus this morning, I have a skyscraper load of issues of focus.
But it's still within the 2 minutes, sir.
Yes, I know that is the constraint we have. The time is never enough. But let me try and manage and kind of cut it down. First of all, is on the issue of withdrawals from the amount you go from the bank.
Okay.
Yeah, limit. You see, the problem in the banking sector is that if the corruption and illegalities in the banking sector is not paid, in the next 10 years, the banks will start keeping all the money under the PO. Because as I talk to you, as a lawyer, I'm aware of the fact I have at least 15 cases from my clients who were duped on the banking sector. The people will just hack into the account. So I'm pursuing some of those cases. There are some of them I have to write to declare all the money, and they will start blaming the customers that they don't do this thing. They don't have savings account. They don't invest. And when I write to the central bank on this issue, the central bank will inform the bank. So
thank you, Barrister.
That road since 4 a.m. Thank you. You see, what is this enemy? The enemy of Nigeria is my enemy. From Sabo Niba Ojo, is somebody that no matter what, he will sell his car that used to call on this station. He has stopped calling now. Now, if you are condemning the presidential aspirant, both of them cannot be separated from the mess that we have found ourselves in this country. So it is either you have one since 1999 and then you are condemning one. So I think that if we want a better Nigeria, like some people will that way, then we'll be able to say, yes, this man is capable. And that's my position. I don't have any
much, Pastor. Whoever it is that you believe can have to be a source of cause for rancor amongst ourselves. Hello.
The last caller said that when he talks, you know where he's going to. If you stop attacking anybody that is he not campaigning for somebody, so if you allow somebody support, you support him. So why are you saying that this person should not support it? They are lesser evil and these two people? Either Tinubu or Atiku is the next president of Nigeria. Thank you.
I find that actually interesting. I thought you were trying to, correct something, but then possible. Okay, let's keep it clean. It's a normal for. Let's have that conversation, but then I'll talk about the person as regards candidates now, not callers, please. But let's just ensure that we keep it clean. I would really appreciate that. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name? I didn't get. I didn't get your name, sir. Please, your name. Okay. It's okay. No, nobody said anything. Okay.
Yeah, free day. Tabatunde, Raji Fasola. You for trial. Second Niger Bridge of 50 of this month. According it comes this December. So I want to thank them.
Okay.
And the Lagos Badagry, Lagos Badagry, I don't know, they came out to be a service tour. So I can't see how many months, how many weeks. So that Lagos Badagry Asiwaju, he didn't make his money. I don't know. The man that accused me there, don't call. So everybody wants to know.
from number 1 to 20 today. Authenticating, accusation,
thank you, Prince Wise. It did not come up at all in the trending stories that we have from the papers. I would really appreciate interest while we were having the conversation during trends in the papers. Let's have 136000410. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Kambelina.
Good morning.
Yes.
CBN. On this controversial policy. As I told you, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Now, what we are saying is that I want to buy a car. You go and open bank account so that you'll be able to send this thing. The way they are sitting comfortably in their offices in Abuja is not the way. So all those things you have to factor is an issue. Yes,
Mr. Kambelina, there's no outright ban on withdrawal. 100,000 weekly.
100,000 weekly.
Yes.
There are people that need more than that. What do you want them to do? Some of them, they are not comfortable with it. It may be dubious. So are they looking at that? Some people are using those alerts for dubious reasons. They can send me an alert which is very, very serious. How do you do on that? Yes, secondly, Sandra,
that's
what do they do with the money?
That's a good question, Mr. Kambelina. Thank you.
They should tell us what they do with the money, not just to come and tell us you have it.
Where are all the monies? Where is the money that we get from our wonderful, amazing ancestor who keeps sending us funds from the state governors? Where are the funds that we have been disbursing and allocating to the state governments? What exactly have you been doing with it? This is the time for us to ask all of these questions, valid ones at that. This is the time for us to ask the question, especially now that we are going to be a situation on ground. All right, let's take some messages. We'll be back. Hello, Christopher from Shogunle. All right, sending a message is saying the National Assembly Barry's current posture on the impending elections, exposing state governments on the local government funds, revelations on ecological fund discovered. He's making those of us who supported him in 2015 happy once again. And in fact, wait for more positive surprises from our president before he hands over power. Good morning, Mainland FM crew. It states that the state governors are one of the. Thank you, though, Gabe. When there are so many other, local governments within that same state that they can. Lagos, I appreciate your. My name is Pastor Sunday from Magboro. I bring greetings to you all in Mainland FM. On ecological funds and local government funds, which the federal government is now accusing the state governors for not utilizing effectively and efficiently, I put the whole blame on the federal government for failing to spend the recovered looted. Will advise the PMB government to operate a transparent system. This accusation from PMB government is. We'll move back. Good morning, Mr. Akinlade. Can you turn down the volume of your radio set, please?
The fund. This give it to the government. Having a problem of flooding and all these things. They will spend money on that thing. Okay. So and want to can give money when we want to save money.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy. I'm out. Although I should also put this information out there. There's agencies just putting out it on what you can deposit, but then people start calling you and asking you certain questions. So just putting that out, sir.
Yeah, comprising the racket. This fuel issue. There was a filling station. I mentioned that filling station. You want me to mention
No.
And the disposition of the federal government to dispatch people to come and be DPR to come and monitor the filling station. They were sending 500. They just say 5,000 naira. You can't buy more than 5,000 naira.
But how many liters is that 5,000 naira?
I will not even go that out. But the point I'm trying to make is that after the 5,000, they will now say 1 more, you have to pay another 1,000 naira.
What are you? What's the extra money for? How many liters is the 1,000? How many liters is the 5,000? Is it not? It's not on the money.
The official liter.
For how many liters?
You can kill. If you want more, you have to pay 1,000 of liters. 15,000 worth of this thing that I wanted to buy.
So, Mr. Charles, you didn't question how many liters this amount?
No, it's official liter, I'm telling you. But what the point I'm trying to tell you is
the official liter is 165. Are you saying they were selling to you at 165?
Yeah, they are selling at 165
per liter.
So I bought for 5,000, but you can't buy more than 5,000. And they are doing it well.
Okay.
But what I'm telling you is that Nigeria have a way of circumventing these laws. They are obedient in that place. I'm telling you, you can't buy more than that because they want a ration so that everybody gets the queue was moving.
Okay, all right.
But
thank you,
some of these attendants circumvented it by collecting 1,000 naira. If you want to buy another
so you can, so if you want to, they're paying 6,000 an interesting one. Let me put it policy because yes. Good morning.
This is issues for the
withdrawal. Yes, should withdrawal policy over time tightened as the policy will have an adverse effect if introduced 100%. Let us know that also just go and withdraw as much. One of the major reasons for the withdrawal limit at this time because it will favor them by increasing price. Sandra, please, why is it that fuel scarcity is all money cost? Also, he's saying Muslim ticks. Thank you, Chief C.I. Abiagom from Akojo. Appreciate. Okay, we also have here, good morning, guys. The CBN division, there will be an increase in enrollment very well and reconciliation, especially interbanking transactions. Thank you very much, Jacob Koo from Shomolu. Thank you very much. That's actually true. We had that conversation yesterday as regards the turnaround time for resolution of complaints on the e-channels at the bank in the banks. That's another issue. Good morning. I'm Jamiu from Lagos. Sanwo-Olu reduced school fees. He didn't reduce school fees. He just slashed for pioneer students of 2 schools. I want to know if truly they have pity on us. Was the school fees high like that? What exactly are we enjoying free in Lagos with all our tax? On the band's case, I sense Nigeria entertainment industry as politicians using them Nigerians, let's be wise and choose right. Thank you very much, Jamio from Lagos. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Femi from Beda. All right, Femi, please go ahead.
Concerning what Mr. Shark said, concerning about the filling station.
Okay.
Most of the filling stations that are selling at the moment, like hello,
Mr. Chooks.
Okay, Mr. Chooks. Okay,
yes.
Okay. Most of the filling stations in Nigeria are selling at normal price.
Okay.
If you want to buy, they collect 500 naira per car. But when they want to fill your cake, and they want to fill your car, it's 500 naira. They tell you that they are selling at normal price. And you tell them that if you go, they are selling at normal, must you pay 500 naira from me? That is normal thing. If I don't want to buy, I should go out. So some of them one of them they are not selling. Is not selling to the cake, but they collect 500 naira from you.
Wow.
You know, even they now take as a tradition. Most of the filling station is now it's traditional. Okay. They collect 500 naira for you.
Extra.
They are saying even the normal price is 169. They are saying 165.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Femi. So that's in Egbeda access.
Yeah. It's one of these major. I want to mention the name of the filling station. One of these major market filling station.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Femi. I appreciate.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. This is James calling from the Treasure.
James.
Yes.
Okay, please, Mr. James, go
I'm
ahead.
calling from the Treasure. Yes, I want to react to the revelation from the federal government about the state governors.
Okay.
I remember there was a time one money was released. I think it was during the second year of this administration. One money, for workers were complaining that the money was released from federal government and the salaries were not paid. Now you can see, I remember them doing the was, to me I feel this regulation is showing that the federal government is already campaigning for my candidate, which is a Labour Party. We don't need the PDP and APC. They've been in government. We have never enjoyed anything. All they have done is to share the patrimony of this nation to themselves and their friends. Nothing more than that. So I think it's a welcome development level, and then we are beginning to hear this. We have a PDP to correct this whole thing.
All right.
Come to it. Thank you.
Hello, good morning.
Auntie Sandra, good morning and for us.
Good morning.
We have to come back. We are calling from Sango.
Okay.
On the issue of fuel, I think what is happening is a conspiracy between NNPC and the other major marketers. Indeed, NNPC is not really so important, like I said. There are many companies, major marketers, that have license to import, but because of foreign exchange issues, do not surrender their right to import to NNPC. The NNPC will import, distribute to their stations at the lower price, and give it to all these independent and other marketers at a market price. That is what is happening. But the issue of selling at normal prices, you still in somewhere, you pay 200 naira to enter. They open pay for you, you pay another 200 naira. The issue of transportation and problem, yesterday, there was massive transportation problem in Anambra State, whereby the Agros and the people, the transporters had the cars and the barricades, they blocked out the road. And nobody could go with any transport to anywhere. People checked in Anambra yesterday. And the government said they have to be someone to that place to come and intervene. I'm saying this because if you look at the area of Nigeria, basically, I'm not just localized to Lagos. Agro is more in the southeast and southwest than we people, and nobody is talking about the problem and the institution. That is exactly what I want to demand of them. The development problem, especially in the entire south, and we have to look at the holistic problem and prefer holistic solution.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Hello.
Good morning. Morning, Sandra.
Good morning, Ufoma.
Yes, Ekushenu.
Yes. It's okay. Thank you.
Yes, please, my contribution is, if I will ask, this current governor, they have recovered their vital loot. We cannot even see a single thing they are invested in money on. The promise of the second Niger bridge, the promise of fixing the Ibadan, Lagos Abeokuta Ibadan express route. But looking at it, I can see that most of their vital funds that this current government are recovering, we are yet to see a particular project they invested the money onto. Maybe our refinery that have problem, we are yet to fix it. So what are we talking about it? We have not enjoyed the benefit of democracy at all in this current administration. Everything is on higher side. But I believe when Obi will become the next president, Sandra, all of us will smile. I will just pray for people, campaign for Peter B, because that is the first thing that will bring joy to Nigeria again. Have a wonderful work today.
And you too. Thank you very much, Ufoma. All right, it's still Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. I think we'll just take one last call and then we'll wrap things up with the messages that we have to sort things out. So you still have an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts. Hello, good morning.
Sandra, morning. This will be calling from Ikea.
Good morning, Mr. Obi.
Word of word.
As well, thank you.
Okay, you see, this morning, the open mic is on APC presidential candidate complaining about 50 Bivas.
Okay.
They are the ruling party. I don't know why he's complaining about Bivas. Opposition is supposed to complain. Maybe they have started smelling the early morning coffee. Maybe the coffee is smelling too much. They're beginning to sense danger. And somebody called and said that the APC and PDP, it's unfortunate. Some children go and buy coffee and put it on shelf, will be smelling the early morning coffee. P2B is going to trash them. Okay. I promise them that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm trying to see the correspondence, or what relates, the APC being the ruling party and a policy or an initiative of INEC. Let's not forget that INEC is an independent commission, hence the name in the independence in their name. All right, so it has nothing to do with which they have no affiliation, they are not partisan. INEC is independent. All right, so that's why it's normal for anyone to say, okay, if INEC wants to do this, because we are all under whatever INEC says, under INEC's purview. If they're saying they're going to deploy beavers, if we have questions, anybody can question beavers, and as long as INEC keeps reiterating and allaying fears, everything is fine. All right, let's wrap things up with a few messages that we have here. Okay, and I agree to you. On the new Naira notes, I would like the National Assembly to enact a law that will make people to reject dirty and squeeze Naira notes from any transaction. This will give respect to our Naira notes. Ego from Badagry Axis. It starts with you. I'll put that there. Good morning, crew. On one hand, we want to be like the West. On the other hand, we want to remain backward. Whenever government comes with any policy, many will quickly condemn it. The highest currency in the US is $100. How have they been surviving? Is that so? Yes, it is so. They don't use cash the way we do here. Stop spraying money in any party. No, it's our culture. The new policy of CBN is a welcome one. Stephen from Ojodu, thank you very much. We also have good morning, Sandra and Ford. I'm Frank from Egbeda. On CBN policy, lifestyle is subject to change at all times. That's to say, if someone spends 200,000 naira a week before, it's time to cut cost by spending 100,000 naira a week now. There's more advantages to the new CBN policy to its disadvantages. CBN has stepped into the intelligent work of our military personnel in fighting corruption. National Assembly should let the policy stand. Let's run it and see its effects first. Thank you. That's Frank from Egbeda sharing his own contribution. Also have some messages. Okay, yes, I don't think this is all right. Good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. Different strokes for different folks. That's the situation in Nigeria. For the fuel crisis, my solution is for that sector to become liberalized. As for CBN's cashless policy, though as good as it looks, we should not rush into its implementations, as for UK, Nigeria is a sovereign state and must be respected. Uzoma from Isashi, thank you very much. And that's a wrap on Mainland Focus for today. Thank you very much to everyone who was a part of our conversation this morning. By 9:45, I'll be back with international stories on Global View. You are on to Mainland 98.3 FM. Before I go, very important, have you collected your PVC? Okay, very important, extremely important. If you have not, visit the INEC local government office closest to you and collect your PVC. And most importantly, use your PVC to vote. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. I'll be back, but in the meantime, enjoy the amazing throwback music for your listening pleasure.
Molly has a baby who was sick. She phones to the doctor to be quick. The doctor came running with a Rexall.